What is going on, everybody? I hope you're all well, and welcome back to Baldur's Gate 3. I did mess with the audio again this episode. I turned the game up a little bit. It seemed like it was a little quiet in the background of some stuff, so cranked it up a tiny bit more. We'll kind of like inch it up there until I feel like it's in a perfect spot. We finally are ready to head into this place proper, so let's talk to Wyll, our mysterious savior on the mountaintop last episode.
Go on. Give me a best shot. Not bad. Again.
As harsh as it is, they probably do need to learn to defend themselves to a degree.
I'm not like you.
Umi, I don't need you to be like me. You just have to buy enough time to run. Come on. I believe in you. You can do this.
It's a just cause. It's good advice, child. You do well to listen.
You're on the right path, Umi. Go on now. Practice what you've learned. Well met. The Blade of Frontiers at your...
The man smiled.
The bright side, he has a similar height to the goblins, so
And his thoughts
he can learn a basic parry or riposte and might give him a chance to run away.
racing through the wastes of Avernus. Just ahead, a diabolical figure, red skin, single curled horn, blazes with flame, bloodied great axe held high.
Hell's great fires. You were on the ship.
Yes, and we both carry parasites.
Doomed to shed our skin and become a lithid, or so the stories go. But we haven't sprouted any tentacles. Not yet, anyway. Could just be good luck. I'm not so...
Your minds collide once more. Wyll chases the fiend ignited with rancor. She is an infernal war devil. A threat to the living. Evil incarnate.
Shit! You saw her. Advocatus Diaboli.
Advocatus Diaboli. A devil's advocate. A champion in the blood war between diabolical forces and demons.
Hunting in the hells. Dangerous territory.
I'm no stranger to the infernal. Better to slay a devil before her fires burn common folk to ash. Her name is Karlach, an archdevil soldier I swore on my good eye to kill. I tracked her through the hells to the Mind Flayer ship, but the damned Illithids infected me before I could end her. She's out there now, preying on the innocent. I don't kill her, she'll leave behind nothing but a trail of corpses.
Let's join forces. I'll help you cast this devil back into the hells.
I'd love to join, but I don't think there's enough space for me to squeeze in.
Alright, meet me at my camp.
A splendid plan. We'll talk more there.
Certainly not gonna shy away from help if we can find it. He seems capable enough.
Oh, right. Go for the heart.
Pretty harsh times to be trying to deal with teaching children how to fight to the death. That's what it takes to keep them alive, though.
You at the gates. You fight well. A few words for the kids. Spare a story or two.
Be strong and watch over your kin. In trust there is victory.
Thanks. I prefer when they smile.
Makes you a good man. Little inspiration can go a long way. Don't want to make him too brave, though. End up putting themselves in harm's way.
Step, parry, strike, damn it! It's just not landing.
Interesting technique. Having some trouble.
Nothing but. Goblins in the wild, out for blood, and the Druids in here looking to kick us out. Or worse. We need to be ready for a fight. But I'm useless with a sword.
Right, let's see. Do we want insight or athletics? No wonder you're struggling. You've no balance. Space your feet farther apart. Balance is the root of all power, after all. If you don't have balance, you can't exert force. It's like shooting a cannon from a canoe.
I'll try and brace them better. Like so. Step, brace, parry, swing. Yes! You really know what you're doing. Found this by the road. Bet you'll put it to good use.
It's basic fundamentals. I'm surprised you don't really know it yourself. One last thing. Don't shout out your moves like that. It spoils the surprise for your foe.
Oh, yes. I'll bite my tongue when the time comes.
You don't want to treat it like a training dummy when it's for real. Keep training. In time, you'll make short work of any goblins.
Hopefully, it's just the goblins we have to worry about. The druids are treating us like vermin. But I'll keep at it. Thank you.
Only get better with practice, friend. Got some Lae'Zel inspiration there from teaching the guy how to fight. Amonto, sun's bright light, shines the truth into man's laws. Speak his name to stop a fight, then invoke a legal clause. Beware dread Asmodeus, both his word and promise sweet, more able to betray us than the devils at his feet. Oral is merciless and cold, the winter's icy breath. Spare her a little food and gold, so you won't freeze to death. Cool little poem. Cheese wedge. I'll gladly take the supplies for camp. And this is the man that we gotta talk to for Lae'Zel, but we'll get to that in a sec. Wanna loot these people's carts first. Harsh as that sounds. They have need, but so do I, and we're the ones saving the world here, so don't mind liberating them from some onions.
By Mordai's eyes, another one. My friend's blood not enough. Come to rip me open too.
In Kresh Kalir, a formal greeting begins with a bow.
Is this monster with you?
You know, I might have taken your side a little if you hadn't greeted her the way that you did. Knowing that she's how she is, it's no surprise she's treating you this way, so yes. And I suggest you do as she says.
Lower.
We'll just wait for the tiefling to obey. Don't look at me. You called her a monster. You got yourself into it.
You saw another Gith. Where?
On the road to Baldur's Gate, near the mountain pass. Saw us, for we saw it. Jammed its blade through Yul's belly, straight to the other side.
No twisting. Kin must have been in a hurry.
She's not very delicate, is she? She got the job done, though. We got the information.
Up. You can keep your innards.
Not necessarily our job to deal with this.
You're not going to eviscerate him. I was hoping for a show.
Cool your blood. I'll indulge you soon enough.
Makes it pretty clear where Lae'Zel stands.
Please, I've been through enough.
It was just a stern talking to. You'll be okay.
The locals prove compliant. A useful trait.
I warned you, didn't I? You ought to reconsider keeping her around before she causes real trouble.
I agree, she made more of a show than she needed to, but you're a dab-hand at interrogations. We might need that skill again.
Tch. A shell so thin requires little to crack it. The tiefling was clear. If there are Githyanki west of here, that must be our objective. Purification cannot wait.
Did you say tiefling?
I am unfamiliar with the, well, I shall not say culture. Custom, perhaps. You will educate me on matters of this Faerûn.
What do you mean, purification?
The Kresh
You won't
hold
tease
the
her too
Zaith'isk.
much.
It will cleanse us of the parasite. By covenant, I can say no more.
That's fair. Well, you can already see that Shadowheart and Lae'Zel are going to butt plenty of heads during all this, but their issues with each other are their own. Nothing to do with me.
Goblins, druids. This grove is a death trap. Grab what you can and get out. That's my advice.
Here I am trying to work to make it so you guys have a place to stay.
Let me out, you bunch of softies. You ain't gonna shoot me. Your hands are shaking.
Put it down. She can't fight back.
That's the point. Get out of the way.
She didn't kill your brother, Arca. You're better than this.
Shoot before you lose your nerve, Tiefling. If you ever had it to begin with.
Now the thing is, this goblin might not be responsible for killing her brother, but is certainly responsible for killing somebody. That's how they got captured attacking in the first place. And as harsh as it might seem to execute somebody standing in a prison cell like this, what do you do? Do you let her leave and go report to her tribe on a secret way in, maybe? Well, that can go wrong here, and if this woman wants revenge, I wasn't there, so who am I to stand in the way of that? Shut up. Those words could be your last.
I'm not afraid. Chosen by the Absolute, I am. I'm blessed. Oh, I'll bless you, all right.
I'm not going to stop her from taking revenge. We have to speak with the dead anyway. We can just talk to the corpse. This isn't really my business.
Here it comes, you little beast.
Not really our issue. Certainly not going to put my neck on the line for a goblin. Again, I think a lot of these people need to adjust to the harsh reality of their situation anyway, so I'm not going to encourage the softness. No, we don't. I don't think anybody can see us. Should be okay to just speak to the goblin. We get our information one way or another, right? Doesn't matter how.
The corpse regards you lifelessly.
Who leads your tribe?
Boss Ragslin and the Drow.
Who or what is the Absolute?
Everything. All of us.
Can anyone in your tribe heal?
Priestess Gut. Powerful.
I don't put much stock in a goblin priestess, but your tribe must have some valuable loot. Where do they hide it?
Ragslin. Waterfall. Bridge.
Waterfall and a bridge, huh? Where can I find this priestess Gut?
West. Temple ruins.
Alright, well now we know where the goblins are coming from.
You can ask no more questions.
And we got a nice little hint about where we can find ourselves some treasure. Worth it all in all, I'd say. Let's not deal with that yet, actually. We got what we came for in terms of the prisoner. We'll check out the rest of this place. Here's Arca. She's the one who just took the shot on the goblin.
That goblin won't be the last.
It was a nice shot, if nothing else.
It was wrong.
It was justice. Or the start of it.
She seems determined.
Done.
Memnos is a little soft.
Please leave us be. This isn't a good time.
Let's hit the road, Memnos. I'm sick of this place.
Soon.
Yeah, him being so adverse to executing a prisoner like that, I mean, I understand the sensibilities to a degree, but this is also a situation where you're going to have to get used to surviving.
Thanks for fighting off those goblins. If you need to replace any gear, just ask. My selection's pretty slim. I had to leave most of my equipment in Elturel.
That forge is holding on by a thread. Are you a smith?
Of sorts. Used to be a bread and butter tinsmith before Elturel fell into Avernus. These days, my talents are more eclectic. Learned a lot in my time in the Hells. Hope to forget most of it. But between you and me, there's nothing in all the realms like the utter power of infernal machinery. Alas, my offerings are far more humble these days.
Let me see your wares. Alright, friend, what do you have? You have some dyes for us. You have plenty of gold, actually, if we were trying to sell up some things to you. A light crossbow +1. What do you wear, an Astarian? Okay, you already have a hand crossbow. It's not gonna be good for you, then. Right, let's see. This stuff can all go back to camp. It looks like we cleaned our inventory pretty thoroughly already. 4 to 14. 2 to 9. 2 to 7. Okay, so the goblin bow can go. The burn blade is better than the Githyanki longsword, so you can go. Didn't equip her gloves of power yet, so we'll keep. Ringmail armor. 15. Strength saving throws. It might be worth getting that. Light armor. Yeah, we might grab the ringmail for Lae'Zel actually. Might be worth a fair shout. It'll drop the stealth check that she's getting, but it is also going to give her a bonus to saving throws and checks on strength. So yeah, let's get that for Lae'Zel. Pricey, isn't it? We do need it though. That'll leave us with 600 gold. Let's see if we can sweeten the pot with him a little with something else. False life. We don't need charm person. We don't need speak with the dead. Brave enfeeblement. We can give him both of those. Protection from good and evil is a super basic spell. Take the battle axe, the helmet. Don't need the loot. Really, I'm just trying to get it to a point where I don't need to pay so much gold to get this from his inventory. 86. I'll keep one of the basic poison. Okay, so that's not so bad. I can live with that. Alright, Lae'Zel, you're up.
Enough waiting. I crave blood.
It's 1 armor class. Strength saving throws. And then you can take the ringmail. Pretty good. And she does, of course, have these 2 weapons, but I haven't decided if I would like to use these or not. They're quite chunky, as you can see. 9 to 22 is a little bit better. We'll give her the Warhammer. Matches her personality, I think.
Let's get going.
That, of course, is from mod that I got, so...
What's in here?
If you're wondering where that came from, it is modded.
We're exposed now.
I'll take the camp supplies.
We should have left by now. Damnation! Instead, we're just sitting here, practically begging to be attacked. Staying is a mistake.
Don't care much for others, do you? You're doing the right thing. The tieflings need help.
And what about us? There's every chance we've doomed ourselves by helping these people. We will end up fodder for some goblin's blade, all because Leah insists on helping every wounded foe we see. Our best chance to make it to Baldur's Gate is on our own. This place is lost.
Hold on. Why are you so eager to reach the city?
You are looking at Lae'Roican's newest apprentice. Yes, that Lae'Roican. The greatest wizard in Baldur's Gate.
You sound excited.
I've admired Lae'Roican for years. Never dreamed you'd answer my letter. But I've worked myself to the bone for this. Few can match me in either magic or talent. The names Roland and Leroican will be known far and wide. You'll see.
I'm sure we will. Got full of himself, isn't he?
I'd die if I met Leroican reeking of this place. I'll never get the smell out of my clothes. I'll have to burn.
What are you whipping up in here?
Saw you fighting those slimy bastards.
I was.
Fancy a bowl? Best to fill your belly now, while we still can.
It'd be rude not to, right? We'll take a bowl.
Look, it ain't much, but it might make all the difference. The only way we'll make it to Baldur's Gate is to run, and run hard. If a gnoll catches your scent, you'll need every bit of strength. Trust me. Put that oak bucket.
Here's Auntie Ethel.
Ah, if it isn't the talk of the camp. Thank goodness you came along when you... Oh! There isn't a bit of colour in those cheeks, Petal. Are you hurt? Cold? Feverish? Auntie Ethel will sort you out. I've lotions and potions galore.
I think my issue is a little beyond lotions and potions. We can let her fuss over us.
Aha! You take a sup of that and you'll feel right as rain, sweetie.
Whatever that is. And what is this exactly?
Oh, 'tis just a healing potion, nothing fancy. Here. You just look like you might need a pick-me-up. I'm sorry to go on about it, but are you all right? You're looking awful peaky.
I've been better. It's difficult to explain.
Oh, I've seen it all. I once had a fella who'd been caught dabbling with a dryad. The wife was none too pleased and introduced him to a pot of boiling oil.
Ooh.
But worry not. I fixed him up, and depending on the lighting, he looks good as new.
Likes to exist in dim lighting, I take.
Whatever ails you, I promise I've seen worse.
I'm not too sure about that.
She sounds positively demented. Let's tell her everything.
What is
He's
it?
very mischievous, isn't he?
wrong?
I've got a Mind Flayer Parasite in my head.
As you recount your adventure, Auntie Ethel nods along, her eyes wide.
You poor pet! My heart goes out to you, truly. I see no sign of a tentacle yet, but that could change in an instant. You need help. Serious help.
That's very
I've
competent.
A potion or lotion here that could do it, but... Yes, I may have something at home.
Such as?
I've collected some interesting bits and bobs over the years. You'll have to stop by my house, just at the edge of the forest. Let me mark it on your map. I'll be heading back soon, so I can meet you there. Now, do you need anything? I have a few odds and ends for sale.
We can dip into her wares a little.
Hey, bother.
What are you selling, Ethel? Have a nice little stack of gold. Selling much that I'm too interested in. Could sell the Everburn Blade, but that's only... Just trade. I don't want to have to keep clicking like that continuously. I can give the Githyanki braces away, I suppose. Although if I like the look of them, I could always just transmog it, so... You know, I'll actually do that. I'm going to keep those for the transmog effect we can do. Yeah, I'm not going to take anything from Ethel.
I'd hate if something happened.
She does sell the Hill Giant strength potions if you're using a strength build, which can be quite chunky if you like that sort of thing. If you like relying on potions. Personally, I hate having to drink potions. Any build I ever make in anything doesn't rely on potions because I hate having to buff up before encounters.
Damn goblins.
We'll wait for her to finish cleaning the wound. She already knows what she's doing.
Like the sight of blood, do you? Thought you'd have had your fill at the gate.
Might be more blood spilled yet if Zevlor starts in on the lectures again.
I don't fancy the two of you's chances. He let you in, didn't he? It could have been worse.
Oh, very gracious of you. We expected a soft job. Something to test the new lad, maybe, but not a bloody goblin nest. Most would have turned tail at the sight, but not Liam, no. He charged him, the stupid bastard.
I'm guessing that didn't end well.
Nah. He must have thought we were following. Always the optimist was Liam. Hope they cut him down quick before he saw we were gone.
Yeah, that would have been a harsh sight for him to realize that his friends all abandoned him.
Wound looks clean. Small mercies.
Let's see if we can talk to this little rat friend.
Stay back, or else!
What's wrong?
Nothing's wrong. Just get back. Ow! Oh, my tooth.
Let me take a look.
It's the front one. I chipped it on the evil thing.
What evil thing?
In the box. Follow me, I'll show you.
Where's our little friend gonna take us? Okay, well we can't follow him directly through the door, but I do know a way around that we'll take later. I'll keep investigating first. We do have a couple more people to talk to. Here's Arden.
If it ain't the friendly drow. Thought you were with the goblins when you showed up at the gate. Glad you weren't. You fight well. Not like them bloody tieflings.
I certainly saved your ass. You fought well too.
Half my crew are full of holes. Now I'm gonna take the blame for leading the goblins here. And losing track of the bloody druid.
Where did the goblins come from?
They chased us. All the way from the ruins we were poking around in.
And is that where you lost track of the druid you mentioned?
Aye. His name's Halsin. And if he's still alive, he'll be cursing the day he laid eyes on me. We've got a contract to track down some relic, and he wanted in on the job. Eyes lit up when he heard about it. Didn't work out, though. Goblins got him when we were turning tail. He's either digging latrines or boiling in a cookpot by now.
Can I have a look at that contract?
Job's all yours, if you got a death wish. There's a wizard in Baldur's Gate that'll pay gobloads for a relic, supposedly buried round these parts. But gold ain't any use if you're too cold to spend it.
Any idea where the relic actually is?
If I knew that, I wouldn't be back here, with half my crew gone. But look, if you're itching to meet Kellenvor, I won't stop you. It's called the Night Song. Supposed to be hidden under the temple where the goblins jumped us. I'd give you the map and wish you a happy funeral. But my mate Brian kept hold of it like his own todger. Goblins made short to the fat old chunk. All I've got's the contract. It'll show you where we turn back, if you feel like dying.
Thanks.
Don't thank me. I'll be well on my way to Baldur's Gate when you die.
Some of us inspire more confidence than you. I don't plan on dying to some random goblins.
Easy money.
And we'll have a dog, right?
They don't allow them in Baldur's Gate. Cats, though?
They don't allow
A
dogs.
little orange cat. And a house with a little door so that it can come and go as it pleases.
And a high fence to keep eavesdroppers out.
Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt.
Thanks. I suppose we'll all need it.
What about you? Big plans for when you get to the city?
Finding a clean room would do me a world of good.
God, that sounds like heaven.
Won't be long now. One more trip, then we can really rest.
A cute couple. Yeah, I hope they make it. Right, I suppose we should probably swing on up and talk to the Zari came to cower over here instead. I should probably go meet the main druid behind all this. Kagha, I believe they said the name was. Written in a furious, sloping hand, this is a letter to the editor of Baldur's Bash, a tabloid notorious for its controversial articles. Dear editor, I find it despicable, nay, diabolical, that you would defend Baldur's Gate's ridiculous restrictions regarding animals in the city. No animal larger than a peacock may gain entry. How archaic. My darling Giselle is the most well-behaved bear you'll ever meet, and yet to spend time with my child, I must visit my summer home in Cormier. My child, the pet bear. I call upon the Parliament of Peers to resolve this issue, immediately. The emotional and psychological well-being of the people of Baldur's Gate is at stake, and I shall take this to the highest of authorities, should it not be dealt with accordingly. Right now, Giselle cries out for her father. This archaic policy has separated the child from their parent. I don't know how Grand Duke Ulder Ravengard lives with himself. Yours faithfully, Mr. R. Pickens.
We're exposed now. How long until Roland shows off his thunder wave?
Yeah, let's go see what's going on here with the Druids and why they're trying to oust everybody. We did give Zebler our word that we would take a look at it, so... head on down into the meat and potatoes of the grove. Got more loot to grab along the way too.
I want to learn a trick too. Something only I know. Make one up.
Darian, if you'd be so kind. Think you can lockpick this?
Easy.
Oh, the spectators don't mind. Oh, you did horribly, my friend. Thank God for the bonuses, huh?
One more time.
We still didn't make it. Okay, we're gonna give that a good old reroll on the tools. We're not gonna use inspiration for that.
I have a lot on my mind. And, well...
He stares right past you, as if you're invisible. Or boring.
Are you alright?
Mm-hmm.
I see. Anything else on your mind?
He's still staring right past you.
Turn around to see what he's looking at.
You see nothing out of the ordinary. As you turn back, the child slips between the rocks.
Now we caught him. Investigation. Give a guidance on that. Oh, you gave us one. That's cheeky. We'll roll it again. We'll use one inspiration. Okay, I'm not going to use too much on that. That's a shame.
You look the rocks over, but find no sign of a way through.
I think we might be a little tall to get through there anyway. I like gloves. I'll yoink those.
The waiting's getting to me.
Don't waste a step.
What do we have down here?
Oh, hey. You're one of those drow, right?
Correct.
I heard stories about you. How you all live underground and steal kids away.
Yes, surface dwellers tell all sorts of lies about us.
Us too. No one says anything nice about tieflings. Here, want to see a trick? Go on. Take this ring. It's lucky.
That was a fancy trick.
You haven't seen anything yet, mister. Go on, take the ring and watch your fortune change.
Let's see if we can mimic the ring. Nat 20. Got luck on our side today.
Weeping, bleeding hells! Okay, maybe you don't need extra luck. But since you're already holding the thing, call it heads or tails.
Heads.
Heads it is. See? That's the kind of luck you get from one of my lucky rings. I've got more where that came from. Real cheap too. Interested?
Quite the sales pitch. Let's see. No thanks. Can I see your other wares?
You got it. One sec. That's what I got.
Now we did just succeed a perception check in the background if you noticed, so... We will be looking at whatever that was once we're done buying up these camp supplies. You know we're taking the cookie.
You bought...
You suddenly feel something moving against your back and turn.
Relax. I won't get angry. You didn't even manage to get anything from me.
I can't do this anymore, Mattis. I'm sorry.
I understand it's a pickpocket, but what am I gonna do? Swing the sword at her? Just a kid. Where are you going?
That might be worth a look.
Again, I think we might be a little tall for this.
Not a chance I'll fit in there.
Okay, let's see what our friend at the stall has to say. He's clearly on the scam. He was clearly distracting us with the ring trick while we got robbed. You have to say for yourself.
Hey, you here to trade or?
Your partner's a thief.
Yeah, I know. I was standing right here telling her to rob you.
You could at least pretend to be sorry.
I am sorry. Sorry we're still talking about this. Look, you caught her. Good for you. You aren't a chump like everyone else around here. Now, do me a favor. Make room for the chumps.
Can have some kind of respect for the unapologetic nature. Again, that's, well, what am I gonna do? That's a kid. Not like I'm gonna drag him to the headsman's axe for her.
Go right now! She's a thief, hellspawn, and you will wait for Kagha's judgment. Now get back!
Oh! Let me through, Mragrasham, or I'll rip your damn throat out!
Lost her confidence pretty quickly with that, huh?
We need to get Arabella out, now!
You heard the guards. They're waiting on Kagha to give word.
I'd sooner trek through the 9 hells than trust that snake! Ugh!
I saw what happened. Why are the Druids holding your daughter?
Arabella tried to steal their idol. Druids lost their damn minds about it. They need it for their precious ritual.
Oh, it's all my fault. I told her I wished the wretched thing would just disappear, or better yet, explode.
Now Arabella's being judged by a bunch of Druids who hate us. That's not right.
Breaking into Druid chambers to steal a sacred relic. Oh, she sounds like fun.
Indeed. She's just a child. The Druids are overreacting. I'll talk to them.
Thank you. They won't give us the time of day.
Hurry! I'm at the end of my tether as is. Can't take this waiting.
You see all this going on in the top right, by the way. You see how much our party is not invested in doing good deeds here.
Damn it! We could have taken those guards.
I'd rather you...
Calm, Magrin. Give him a chance. You, step back. We'll not tolerate drow in here.
Your tone changed fast. I am a druid first, drow second. Allow me to enter and pay my respects.
Druid or not, you're still an outsider to this place. Entry is forbidden.
A moment, Giona.
What? Why would she allow one of them? I suppose so. You. Apparently Kagha wants to see you. Go ahead. But a word of warning. One wrong move and every single animal here will tear you apart.
I'll take that under advisement. Yeah, when it comes to Arabella, for as much as she tried to steal something very important to them, and of course she shouldn't have done that, but that's for her parents to discipline. Dragging her off to whatever they're gonna do, like, Lord knows what they're planning to do with her, but she's just a kid. If she's anything like Mattis and the kid who tried to steal from us, they're like 7 years old. They can't really be held accountable for their actions like an adult would.
Do my eyes deceive me? A drow! Here!
Forgive my surprise. It's rare to find your kind above ground. Rare and intriguing on a day already packed with intrigue.
You were at the gates just now, no? When the goblins came? You saw them up close?
A few questions, if you please. There's no overstating my interest.
Fine. Ask your questions.
Glory. Now then, how would you describe that particular batch of goblins? Size, nature, distinguishing qualities?
You search your mind, but remember nothing useful about goblin social order or behavior.
They were goblins, same as all others, lowly and vile.
Goblins struck fear and awe in heart of wilting witness.
Not quite what I said.
This man has no respect for truth.
The nail on the head, I think, Lae'Zel.
They had marching in the rear. Was it of the brass or silver variety?
It was brass. No doubt about it.
Witness mistook obvious silver dragon for brass. Last question, then you'll be...
We're not going to be friends, are we?
Did the attackers rally to the absolute when they fell upon the gates?
Yes, they called out the name like a war cry.
They did, didn't they? Oh, curious. Oh, curious indeed. I've interrogated one, a captive in this very camp. She reports they've abandoned their god Maglabiet in favor of someone called the Absolute. The scandal!
Goblin superstition, not worth the ink and parchment.
Ah, but is superstition all? These goblins are informed by a kind of strategy anathema to their kind. I, for one, intend to get to the bottom of it. I'm just preparing to head to their camp as we speak, in fact. If you'll excuse me, I ought not to dawdle.
I suppose. Be careful. Goblins aren't known for mercy.
Never you mind. Who needs mercy when you've a quick tongue, hmm? And an invisibility potion stashed in your back pocket?
The invisibility does tend to come in useful, I'll give him that. What does the bear think is going on here?
Just a moment. This man is recording my story. I am far from home.
As the colourful man starts scribbling, the bear sneaks a quick look at the page. His brow furrows. Incomprehensible squiggles surround a crude sketch. A bear disemboweling a clutch of tieflings.
Not recorded in much accuracy, I'm afraid.
Give it a shot.
By Sylvanus, the Tree Father, our turmoil is calmed.
Would that we could speak
Take a look at the scribbled note.
kind friend. Alas,
Keep away from Tuffet. She's lazy enough as it is. Fish.
yes, I'm quite aware.
Autumn crocus. Primer on mythical beasts. Chapter 5. Miniature giant space hamster. Very little is known about this particular cryptid, though stories say they tend to choose well-muscled human males as their steeds when they deign to visit this plane. According to legends, this creature retains a wellspring of indescribable power known only to itself, though it provides its steed with perhaps mystical, perhaps mundane courage. Unsubstantiated rumors claim the creature has a taste for human eyes. Let's hope we don't run into any space hamsters, huh? I like my eyes where they are. Let's talk to this bear.
He didn't come back, did he? His smell is gone. He's gone.
Who are you looking for?
Master, he left with the weaponed two legs. He said he'd be back. But I can smell them, the weaponed ones, and I cannot smell him. He's not coming back.
Don't worry, he'll be back.
No, the woods have gone dark. There's too many predators lately, even for Master.
So this bear will be talking about Halsin, because he's the one that left with the mercs. Let's see, do we have the strength to hop across? Oh, they can stay where they're at. Just coming over here for this chest. Gladly take the stash of coins. quick hopping to skip back over. Now, before we wrap the episode, I will go in and meet Kagha. I want to see what's going on with Arabella before we wrap. Seems like the kid is in dire need of some assistance from an outside hand. He's tougher, that's the lazy bear we just read about, and she is blocking our elevator.
I'm sleepy.
The sleepy bear. Could you move just a little bit? I need to use the elevator.
Okay.
It wasn't too bad, he just had to ask nicely. She's not that lazy. She means well enough. I assume that's the collapse. I assume that's an actual bear, not a druid. Kinda hard to tell in here which one's a which. Topaz.
Shh, I'm concentrating. Does this look good? Is the coin in the middle?
We can deceive this bird. I'd leave it out. It's too dull.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. This is better.
We've managed to deceive him. And we'll just raid his nest real quick. I'll take that key. Thank you, Topaz. I'll leave you to your business now.
By Sylvanus, the Forest Father, we are granted balance.
Help myself to the garden herbs.
Find our master. Return to me then. Tell me what you find.
I thought you were Halcyon.
The boar prances around.
I doubt Halcyon is a drow, given this grove's reaction to seeing me.
Where's Halcyon? Promise me a mate.
Well, you are definitely actually a pig, aren't you? I don't think a druid would be looking for another pig to,
Speak.
get some bow chicka wow wow time in with. What were you saying to that bird?
The bird knows. She needs to know. You do not.
Come now. Surely a fellow druid is entitled to know.
Forgive me. My love for my brethren is strong. But trust. It is delicate. More follow Kagha every day. They are afraid, and she offers a simple solution. Eject the refugees, and we will be safe.
And she's wrong.
Perhaps not. But that does not make it right. Only Master Halcyon can stop this. I pray my bird returns with news of him. If not, I fear for my people.
Shouldn't the ritual protect the grove? You're not helping the others prepare it.
The ritual is Kagha's decision. But she is not our leader. Master Halcyon welcomes the refugees in. I wait for him to resolve this.
Sounds like Kagha is staging a little bit of a coup in Halcyon's absence.
By Sylvanus, the old oak, all death begets life.
Glad to see if we can get to the bottom of that. Seems like she does inspire some loyalty from some of the druids, but a lot of them definitely aren't on board. The merchant up top wasn't either.
I'm sorry.
Forest rose with claw and tooth to tear the darkness from its roots. Druidic orders often fight dark forces, but you do not recognize the events depicted here. The mural depicts a purge, a sacred cleansing of the land on a scale you've never seen before.
Please. I'm sorry.
This is madness, Kagha. She's just a...
A what, Rath? A thief? A poison? A threat?
A child.
I will imprison the devil. And I will cast out every stranger.
Thief. poison. What's this girl's actual crimes?
Girl? You mean parasite? She eats our food, drinks our water, then steals our most holy idol in thanks. Rath, lock her up. She remains here until the rite is complete. And keep still, devil. Tila is restless.
Come, Kagha. We took back the idol. Surely...
Do it.
The girl is no threat. Jailing her disrupts nature's balance. We got a 20.
I hear the Tree Father's spirit in your words. It is as you say. Sifisif, Tila to me.
This situation seems like the difference between the letter of the law and the spirit of the law.
It hurts.
Obviously, the letter of the law would be that if you catch a thief stealing, you cut their hand off, but that's not really the spirit.
Keep his name off your tongue, lest Tila pierce it.
The law is not intended for you to chop off a child's hand when they steal their sibling's rattle, right? It's the spirit of the law is really important to take into account, and you already just kind of saw what kind of leader Kagha is. Rath over there mentioned the other leader, and she threatened to cut his tongue out because he spoke a word, so you already get a nice little insight into what we'll be dealing with Kagha.
I know that look. You're wondering why I was in pain before. Let's just clear the air about that now. It's just an old wound that hurts me from time to time. Nothing to be concerned about. It's nothing to do with the tadpoles, at least, in case your imagination is in danger of getting away from you. It's just something I have to live with.
How badly does it hurt?
Quite a lot, if I'm being honest. But it always passes quickly, so I can manage.
Are you sure it's not connected to the tadpoles?
Positive. You can trust me on that.
I don't see why you would lie. Take a look at some of these other murals while we're here.
I hate wolves.
By claw and tooth from root to thorn, the old oak's grove to wildlings sworn. You recognize the druids as elders of a circle. This place is a divine sanctuary.
It used to be before this woman was in charge, at least.
We might as well have lain on the ground and let them trample us.
The towers seized, the battle done. The moonrise broke the darkest one. You recognize the mark of the dark goddess Shar on the broken helmet. This army marched in her name.
So many dead. Sent to the Night Singer's embrace.
Moonrise must be a reference to Shar's divine sister, Selûne.
Got one more plaque to look at.
In darkest hour, a concord made, twixt harp and wild against the shade. Harp and wild. You recall stories of an alliance between druids and the harpers, but the details are vague.
I imagine this is going to be about her little freak out with the wolf over there.
I suppose you've noticed I'm not terribly fond of wolves. They're ravenous predators with fangs like daggers. It's hardly an irrational fear to harbor.
Don't worry, you're not being
Decent
judged.
to me so far. Maybe if you can, don't make me face any more of them. At least, not alone.
Seems like a very heartfelt plea. I try to avoid wolves in the future, where possible.
I suppose a friend of nature such as yourself will know how to avoid them. Provided you don't turn into one, of course.
Yeah, I imagine that wouldn't please you very much. Those murals in the grove, something about them seemed to catch your eye.
What can I say? They were eye-catching. Consider me an art lover.
I consider you a terrible liar, too. It's clearly a cop-out answer.
You see a sharp intelligence behind its eyes. Is it a familiar or another druid enjoying their wild shape?
That's interesting.
The rat glares at you, but says nothing.
The three little rats here not very fond of my showing up.
A deep elf. In our grove, on this day. A sign. Or rather, a gift.
You're the first one who thinks
Better
so.
to understand a watchful broodmother than a beloved child of Lolth.
Is that what you see yourself as? A watchful brood mother? I don't make a habit of threatening children.
She made her choice. Ugh, I thought one like you might understand. When a threat makes itself known, you remove it.
She's hardly a
No
threat.
matter. I took back the idol of Sylvanas, and the rite is resumed. We will seal the grove, free from harm, free of intruders.
Is this rite druidic? I have never witnessed such magic.
The rite of thorns. It is the Tree Father's gift that none come to harm. When we speak the final prayer, the great vine will sprout forth. The grove will be cloaked in bramble and thorn. No one enters, no one leaves. Sanctuary.
Past teachings come into focus. The Rite of Thorns is a rare practice, outlawed in most circles for causing more harm than it eases.
None of this can happen while Outlanders infect us. Sylvanas demands that we choke them out.
You seem to be split down the middle on that, actually. You cast out the guiltless. You shame your order.
A disease of the flower must not reach the root. Pluck the petals, sever the branch if you must, but cut out the rot before it infects the whole of the wood. Teachings of the Tree Father. Do you agree?
Words you have twisted to justify your cruelty.
Words I heed to the letter, to keep my brood safe. You showed great mettle at the gate. The mettle of a skilled sword for hire. I want you to provide your services to Zevlor. Offer to guide the Outlanders out of the grove. I'm sure they'll reward you well. They're to be gone before final prayer. If they are not, the Viper must strike.
She thinks very highly of herself to consider herself a brood mother and a viper and all that stuff. She talks of the tieflings like they're rot and a disease or a tumor to the grove, but they don't really seem to be harming it. Granted, they are refugees, and they did bring somewhat of a goblin, but it seems to me like it was more the mercenaries that left with Halsin that actually brought the goblins here, not the tieflings. That's the mercenaries' fault, if anything, and Halsin was their old leader, who also welcomed the tieflings and decided to go with the mercenary. So, I think her blame is a little misguided here. And again, I've seen enough of her morality clauses here to know that I disagree wholeheartedly with most of her decisions. The fact that she was willing to imprison a child for life over an idol she didn't even get to steal, and cut out her friend over there's tongue for just speaking the name of the old leader. Then it seems I'd best speak to Zevlor.
You will do more than speak. This tale ends but one way. With the Outlander rot cleansed, and the grove forever shrouded.
You don't control me, I'm not one of your druids.
Consider the Rite of Thorns, a rare art plucked from illicit domains.
Think back to your teachings. What are the rite's perils?
When the prayer ends, vines curl upwards from the earth, and thorns sprout forth. Those within are isolated, and those without, rejected. Isolation breeds violence. Few circles survive it. There is more to Kagha's tale. The grove must hide her secrets.
Well, if it does, we'll certainly find them. A logbook back here. This hefty book is labeled 1371 and stamped with an elegant stag against a dark green background. Thix Uktar sent 2 druids, some of the newer recruits, up north. The village there has had 2 years of failed crops and are unlikely to survive the next winter. 9 Uktar. A group from Baldur's Gate arrived. They've set up camp on the edge of the forest. 2 bears and a fox came by. Their territory has been burned out. Half the fox's cubs died. Paying this new group a visit tomorrow. 10 Uktar. Visit did not go well. After telling me where to shove it, they said they'd cut down half the forest and burn out any wildlife that dared to stick around. Claimed they were going to farm the land and make a new city of their own. Time to get creative. 12 Uktar. Mudslide did the trick, buried half their farming equipment and made the rest useless. They won't be back anytime soon. Got reports of a red wizard in the village south of here, sending 3 rangers to investigate. If they catch even a whiff of a red cloak, I'm contacting the House of Sylvanas. Before we wrap up, let's talk to Rath.
You did well to speak up for the girl. That snake is fickle. A tragedy prevented.
That Kagha seems dangerous.
Well seen. Well spotted. We've let a snake replace our leader.
Kagha seems happy to rule the roost. Who's your real leader?
Master Halsin. Perhaps goblin caught, perhaps dead. He'd set Mistress Kagha back in line. Hold her to task, stop this damned ritual. More will die if the rite is finished. So many more, sent into a world gone mad.
If no one's looking for Halsin, I could do it.
Would you? I would give anything to see Halsin return home.
No need to fret. I'll find him.
Sylvanas' blessing upon you, and my gratitude as well. Halsin is an elf with the presence of a bear. He left west with the adventurers. You won't mistake the first druid for anyone else.
I'll definitely keep that in mind.
Stay close.
Where is your pet wolf? I know Shadowheart's gonna freak out when we talk to him, but I still want to. Here he is.
Another stranger come to vex me. What will you do? Hunt me? Grab my tail? Shout until my head hurts?
Yeah, people grab your tail often. Relax. No one is here to hurt you.
Stupid or a liar. Neither is needed here. Go!
Wise wolf not to trust strangers, actually. They usually don't fare too well. Alright, so before we head deeper, this guy seemed to be on Kagha's side. Let's see what he has to say for himself.
Please leave. Our hospitality has limits, and they were crossed long ago.
Not much of a conversationalist. Alright, well, we don't have too much left to do. Nettie the healer isn't there. We have other things to explore in here, but that is all going to be a story for another time. So, thanks for watching, everybody. If you enjoyed the video, please subscribe, leave a like and a comment. If you want to support the cause and help improve the channel, there is a tip link in the description below. Otherwise, stay tuned and I'll see you soon with more Baldur's Gate 3. Take care, everybody. Have a good day.